Hello there, and welcome to Life Clarifications with Natasha. And I am here to support you. I'm a medium, intuitive, personal life close life coach. So my personal awarenessness is to bring things forward for helping people. And one never knows what life is trying to teach us. And I'm here to give a good perspective, and you'll have to excuse me. My dyslexia has kind of been a little bit busy, so I've been kind of navigating through things and navigating through life. And, you just never know when life is trying to show us a brighter side of ourselves or a way to say, this is what we need to work on. Well, today I wanted to talk about past lives. And, we all have these past lives where we've done things that either we didn't feel good about, didn't like what they were done to us, or, and, or, many of us sometimes were murderers or kings or queens or peasants or the bum on the street that we see a lot of people living in this lifetime. We've all lived through something in a past life. Yes, I'm going to try to not trust or not walk on anybody's belief systems here, but I have a belief system in all. And so with that gives me a perspective that I have, that not everything's a straight line. Many of us right now are going through waking up a lot of our truths. Oh man, I know that, I was just with a friend, and, we were talking about even this new COVID mandates that a lot of us are supposed to get shots. And this is really triggering. Should I? Shouldn't I? Some of us have already done it and have no problems with it. Some of us, like for me, my body is so hypersensitive. I mean, it's extremely hypersensitive. One time I had surgery because a cyst ruptured, and it took me almost 5 days to wake up from it. And so with that my body does not handle extra things coming in. Even now, it's not handling like vinegar and tomatoes and just the basics of life. So with that each of us have a different truth. Well, okay, now this is where I'm bringing in past lives. And I apologize if I speak about me a lot in this one, because this is my way of knowing. And I tap into other people's past lives. And I'm going to try to be very discreet if I talk about someone else, because I want people to know that they can trust me. I have high integrity. I have high knowledge of that your truth is your truth. I'm just here to awaken or navigate it or whatever you wish to do, because it's your story. So with that, I'm going to open this up. That please, if you have a comment or if you have something you want to say, please be kind about it. And if you want to stay discreet, just say that you want to stay discreet. I can do that and just read that this person said da 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 da. I don't have to show it on the screen here. So with that as we work through life and as we go through life. Now remember, I was just talking about food, right? Well, I know and I have an understanding, because I work with my own past lives, that in my past lives I've been poisoned, hung, shot, killed, um, force fed when I didn't like what things were. So I had a mother who would force feed me food, even if I didn't want to eat it. I had, things, poison put in my food, my drinks. I had, I've even done that to other people. Because if something's been done to us in a past life, more than likely we've done it to someone else. And as we do that, sometimes we can hold, once we get that realization, it's like, oh no, I've actually been a murderer in this past life. Can you imagine me, a murderer in a past life? Well, I was. And because every lifetime, including this one, it's about experiences. It's about moving forward. It's about how can we help the soul. The soul is the one that stays alive. Now, I may have to, okay, let me give some definitions here. Okay. So I have an understanding. Now, remember, your truth is your truth, mine is mine. The perspective that I have of the soul is that energy that was sparked from the greater, the one, the some people call it God, some people call it higher power. Uh, it's the one. You know, the spark, that energy was pulled from the one and made our soul. And the soul is the thing that, or the energy that stays, al- has aliveness, I'm going to call it, that walks from the moment it's plucked or taken from the greater and said, this is who you are, the essence of who you are, is the one that, and as I'm getting this, I'm getting that image as I'm saying this, that is the one that has energy, and it is the the it's the knower, it's the one that holds the records of who we are. Now we have Akashic Records, which is the place, kind of like Harry Potter, with all those little balls. Well, yeah, it's kind of like that in a sense, that it just holds our records so that we can go back to it. It's kind of like our attic of some of our family homes where it has a bunch of history. So we have those. Now, what I have an understanding of is that my higher self is kind of like the mind of my soul. It's the one that keeps things interacting with. It's got the thread to past lives. It's got the thread to future self. It's like the mind. It kind of is all over the place, and it has the knowing. It speaks up. The higher self speaks up. Now, for me, it sits up higher. Okay. The spirit. The spirit to me, and the definition that was given to me, it's like the air, it's like the wind, it's the muses when somebody's an artist, it's the spark of inspiration when we're writing or doing something like rearranging a room, or it's the thing that when we're closed up in a dark house and there's no windows open, that spirit kind of doesn't really trickle through very easily because it's got darkness to work with. So when we open up windows, that first day of spring, we open up the windows and we let the fresh air come in. It's like saying, Yahoo, here comes spirit. Here comes that inspiration. Here comes that love. So if you're ever feeling like you're having low inspiration, check in to see where your spirit is, the spirit, the energy of spirit is. Turn on music, create sunlight, light a candle, create some kind of inspiration spirit to meld with yours, to dance with yours, and moving through. So that's what, to me, what spirit is. So when we're going through our lives, we have our soul who creates different bodies, or there's different bodies, different clothes at different lifetimes to navigate us through our lives. And each lifetime we're coming in to observe, learn, interact, uh, polish up some kind of experience, lesson, whatever you want to call it. So sometimes it's about learning value. So that might have been what I was trying to learn when I was a murderer, was learning value of other people's lives. It could have been, which I'm getting right now, it was about learning right or wrong. Because I have an understanding the people that I killed in those times weren't nice people. So it was learning the value of what was my perception of right or wrong. Guess what I'm using in this lifetime? Do I know what's right or wrong? No, I don't personally. I know what a truth is. A truth is that there's certain things happening. Like there's a truth that right now outside my door, outside, it's light. That's a truth. Now, a truth for someone who lives 6 hours ahead or 7 hours ahead, their a truth might be it's dark for them. The one thing that I have said before, and I'll say it again and again, the only thing that is the truth, the absolute truth, is love. Love, the love of a rainbow, a love of the way that an animal looks at us, the love of a raindrop on a rainy day at the end of a leaf, when a flower blooms, a rose blooms, when uh, when we're learning something and it's for our greater good. That's the tough love, a truth to get us to move forward. I can tell you that if anybody talks about my summer and or as a witness to my summer, they know that I have, oh man, trudged through many past life beliefs, truths, navigations to become who I am now, sitting in front of you. And it's been going on for a long time. And that's what I have been understanding this summer. Oh man, if somebody could just believe that this summer is a communication, a coming together, accommodation, or whatever you want to call that, of coming together to create this. And I'm using that word a lot lately, magic. The magic of healing, the magic of awareness, the magic of what life can be. And I know I've saying that word a lot, yet at the same time, if you really truly look at it, even like I had a friend who texted me saying that her daughter was going through, is going to have to go through surgery, and my love goes through. Oh man, my love goes to you, all of you. I have another person that I know that went through a chosen surgery today, and that's going to give her an enlightenment. Our bodies are having to go through what our spirit is going through. Our bodies are having to go through what our mind is going through. And our mind and body and emotions are all going through stuff. And so our bodies are not dealing with it very well. I can say that my body, if my adrenals are really saying, you need some support, which means that my liver and gallbladder are saying the same thing, and other things are saying it, because they all work together. They all work together. Working through that, knowing that. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to what past lives do. Past lives are our creation for our soul to collect knowledge, like a tool bag, collect knowledge so that we can use that knowledge in a next past life or next life. It's a collection, it's a collective thing. So what did I learn in that lifetime when I was a murderer? I'm asking for healing on this. I learned that I needed to stand into a truth. Okay. Now there's something else that I've been working through. And here I'm going to use myself as an example because I know me. Okay. But I'm hoping that you can take something for yourself in my story. Okay. I have also an understanding that as a collective, I have many lifetimes where I didn't want to be seen. I couldn't be seen because of other people's beliefs. So there's one lifetime that is very strong for me, that I was very intuitive, like I am right now. And yet at the same time, though, I was too powerful for the town, and I had to go live in a cave, an outcropping of rock, because we lived in that kind of area, and it was safer for me to be in that. People would come and see me secretly, but I couldn't be seen in town. I was made fun of. I was bullied. I was, for the word nowadays, I was chastised, the word of that time. And actually in that lifetime, that somebody blamed something on me and they ended up murdering me because of who I was. So I have many lifetimes where I was in a place where I was deemed, like a lot of us have the knowing that we were hung for being witches. Hmm. Or we were killed because we were speaking a truth that nobody else agreed with. Many of us have that memory. Well, for me, right now, because of who I am, that I am repeating a story of being very intuitive, being very aware of life, being different belief system than many, going into, do I trust what I know or do I not trust what I know? So now I'm asking my past lives that I was poisoned, killed, shunned, excised, whatever that word is, where you get shoved out of a place, um, manipulated with, shackled, uh, dungeonized, um, uh, was put on a throne because we were so brilliant, and then off with their heads the next minute because we did something that didn't come true because somebody manipulated it that way. Does that ring true for somebody out there? I think it would. So with that as we walk and as we go forward, these things bubble up. And for me, what this bubbling up of repetitive circumstances in different lifetimes, it's come up when something triggers me. Do I go into, yes, I did this in my early part of my life, go into my shy, quiet Natasha. Don't want to speak, don't want to be seen. Who am I? Nope, nope, nope. It wasn't me, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. So now that I'm speaking a truth, and yes, this is a truth that I'm speaking because it's up to you if it's your truth, that as we're going through life, that I am speaking out. I am showing who I am. More and more people are learning that, hey, I'm intuitive. I'm a medium. I see spirits. I talk with spirits. I talk with others' higher selves. I talk with past lives. I talk with animals. I even talk with flies. I even talk with flies. People would say, she talks with flies. I kill flies. I talk with flies. This truth would have gotten me killed many lifetimes. Many lifetimes. And my soul is, I remember sitting on a ship, an airship out in the, I remember that I was an old soul when I was watching Mother Earth being made. So I know I've been around a long time. With that my soul has gone through a lot. So when I came up to now, should I speak a truth on YouTube and Facebook and wherever I can, in classes or wherever, I got triggered. I got triggered, especially when things don't go quite right. Okay. For example, like when there's the ebb and flow of people wanting sessions with me. Well, the ebb part, sometimes our stories of our mind can say, should I be doing this? Why aren't people calling me? Where are we going? I don't know if I'm valuable enough. What, and those are those insecurities that start talking to you, because in the past, if we would have done that, it would have been murderous to us. So with that, now I'm saying to myself, in that lifetimes, in all the lifetimes, even in this lifetime, I'm asking for healing, that we together are a collective of understanding, and I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward. I'm not worrying about what happened in the past. I'm moving forward. Have you seen the difference in me since I started this show a year ago? This September will be a year, by the way. Yes, year anniversary. Things have tried to undermine me. Okay, like the email I got about someone not being a part of this group anymore. I could have taken that as an arrow towards me, but no, no, no. What is this here to teach me? And I'm moving forward. So where am I going with this? Where am I going with this? I'm done being shunned and poisoned and hung. I'm done with that. I'm moving forward. So, do you hear the energy in how past lives trigger us to wake us up to going, oh, is that an insecurity of now? Or is this an insecurity of past? Hmm. Now, I'm going to take something simple, okay? And it's not simple for some people. Some people have a fear of water, okay? Some people have a fear of water on boats, baths, showers, uh, um, swimming pools. Doesn't matter. They have a fear of water. Most people, when they have a fear of water, it's navigating through a past life. Okay, so I'll be giving you an example of someone who I knew. I was doing a session with someone, and they said that they couldn't even be in the shower. Okay. Instantly, I got a past life. I got that at one time, a couple times, but there's this one lifetime that really spoke strongly to me is that they were in a moment in life, kind of back in the medieval times, and they would call it now whitewashing or the where they stick somebody's face into water and they drowned them, or they try to get them to talk, or they put a bag over their face and they put water on their face and you can't get catch a breath. This happened to this person. And so her not wanting to even be in the shower, can you imagine a fear like that? I know a lot of people do have this fear of being in water, that she had this because of past life. Now, there's other past lives where she was drowned, that water was kind of a couple of lifetimes pretty significant in her life. Being on a seaman and had to walk the plank. Okay, so there was different lifetimes that interacted water with her. Well, water's about emotions, right? So how are we working through our emotions? With that, noticing that that was a past life. Now, one thing you can say, everything that has happened before this moment, I'm asking for healing. So that even can be this morning, when you were getting up in the morning and there was something negative that happened. Everything from this minute forward, I'm asking for healing. Or back, I'm asking for healing. Anything from moving forward, I'm asking for healing too. Going back, past lives are past. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your gifts. Thank you I honor you. I honor you, the soul, going through that experience. And thank you for living it so I can gain experience. And as we're working through these past lives, we can say to ourselves, I honor you. I'm asking for forgiveness. I'm asking that healing happens. Now, sometimes in past lives, let's say with the person who, couldn't stand water even on her face, she said that she had a family member who did something and sprayed water on her, and it triggered that past life memory, in my words. So it kind of cemented in, or it reignited that anxiety when it came to water. So one thing that I suggested was slowly start training the mind, the body, and the emotions that this can happen. So start getting a wash rag and just putting it dryly on your face. And then slowly start adding more water to it. So then after, you have water that is dripping. So you practice moving that forward and moving that forward. Okay. So with that as we go forward, now for me, being poisoned and navigating that, still have a hard time with smoothies. Yet at the same time though, I'm applying eating certain food to navigate my moving forward. So my body is healthier this lifetime. So what I'm doing is that when I'm going up and I'm starting to get that gag reflex, I'm saying, "Past lives be healed, past lives be healed, past lives be healed. I'm thank you, soul, for walking through that. Past lives be healed, past lives be healed." and then I navigate it. Okay. So if you have an anxiety, if you have a scenario that's happening to you in this lifetime, if you can, even if you don't know what triggered it, whatever happened before, I'm asking for healing. Whatever happened before, I'm asking for healing. So that whatever this fear is, spiders, snakes, um, cars, let's see, what's another, heights. Some of us were pushed off of volcanoes, into volcanoes. So heights don't do us very good. So with that whatever is triggering you in this lifetime, ask for healing with this and then start practicing moving forward on it. Going stepping into that angst, not stepping over it, but stepping to it, and then practice stepping a little bit more into that angst until you can step through it. We're all being triggered for something. Oh, triggers are huge this summer. And I know I talked about triggers a couple of shows ago. Triggers are huge right now because past lives are asking to be healed. Past lives are asking to be healed and honored for what they went through. And if you have any comments, please put in. I know there's a couple people watching, so if you can, I would love to get a perspective of is there any questions about what I'm talking about? Is there anything you would like to put in about what I'm talking about? Because as we're going through life and as we're managing life, life is turning out to be pretty darn cool if we can work through what it's trying to teach us. Now, does that mean that it's troublesome? No. Tag, I'm it. My website has not been able to navigate through PayPal. And that is triggering an old story with past lives through technology. Not that the technology was in my past, it's that fear of things not working out to my way. It's that fear of stepping into the unknown, trusting that I can do that. It's that trusting that things will be taken away, whew, and I cannot see it anymore. Oh, yeah, that one signifies a couple other things that happen in my life. So thank you. See how now things come up when we say something? Something can trigger us to think about it. Sorry, I got an itch on my nose. Life is doing it for us so we can wake up. Now, does everybody know what past lives are and what is triggering us? No, but if you can get a perspective, like someone like me who can work with past lives, like Regan Forston on Mondays, he can work with that. That as we're walking through life, tag, I can help you with that. We're getting a lot of this shakeup so that we can say, oh, yeah, ooh, I didn't want to be that bum on the street and getting kicked every time somebody walked by me because they thought I was less than. Oh, how do I feel about myself now? I'm feeling like I'm kind of less than everybody else, aren't I? Do I feel like I'm mentally, emotionally, and spiritually getting kicked around? Yes. Trusting the process, trusting who we are. Life is showing us a lot right now. And I'm praying for healing that as we're walking through life and managing it, that we can all have some healing. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Today is today. Enjoy what you have today. Days can be hard and difficult. Kind of went down the rabbit's hole yesterday. But I caught myself. I was so proud of myself. I caught myself that I didn't go all the way down the rabbit hole and suffer for 3 days. No, I voiced an opinion. I navigated through it. And then I said, I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender to the greater good to happen. The lineage of life. The lineage of life. The lineage of life really makes a difference. Really, truly makes a difference. We're all going through something so that we can be our brighter, greater selves. Like I said on my and being that greater self doesn't mean that we have to be president. It doesn't mean that that we have to be principal of a school or manager of where we work. Our greater self could be that we're just stand up and say, "I'm proud of me." Even if it is that I go and stand behind a McDonald's grocery a counter. Good on you. Good for you that you are able to navigate and bring smiles to someone's faces when when you're behind the counter. Being our greater self means that we are where we're at and we shine our light. Now, I gave a mantra a couple weeks ago, and I don't think that people really understood what this mantra stood for. Let me get a drink here. The mantra was, as I align with the energies of the now, as I attune to the energies of the now, which means that there's energies flying around. And I can tell you, a lot of those energies are not happy ones. But if I attune to them, if I align with them, then I know that I can move with them, through them. They can move around me, shift around me. I don't get so bombarded by them. Walking, let's say, sitting out in your car before you go in a grocery store. I tune to the energies of the grocery store. What that does is help you, your energy, attune to the energies of the grocery store. So it's not like walking in the door going, okay? Attune. I attune to the energies of the now as I surround my body, my mind, my soul with love. Who's doing the walk? Who's truly doing the walk? The body, the mind, the soul has been almost forgotten many times in our lifetimes. So the soul and our emotions. Our emotions are kind of like going to the car wash, and it's not a fun, good car wash. That as we surround them with love, the blanket of love. So I tune to the energies of the now. As I attune to the energy of the now, I surround my body, soul, mind, and emotions with love as I dance. Woohoo! I dance with the spirit. What did I talk about spirit? The inspiration, the moment when life is happening, that glow that we get. I dance with the spirit of my I am. My soul, my soul's I am, the one that has been torn, ripped, uh, uh, celebrated, glorified, stood on a pedestal, honored, moved through all those things that we go through. The I am, the one that stands in front of you right now, who sits with you right now, you, the one that is sitting. If you look down, you have legs, you have hands, you have a tummy, you have a chin, even though it's hard to see your chin. Your eyes, the I am, mind, body, soul, and emotions. The I am, as I dance with the spirit of my am. I can tell you, since that mantra came to me, I've had breakthroughs, awarenesses. Yes. But oh man, that roller coaster has been wow when I come back out of it. Gratitude. Gratitude. Yesterday, I told 3 people how much gratitude I had for them because without them, I wouldn't be a whole piece today, because I was able to reach out to them to have support. It takes a team many times for us to navigate through these waters. And I want you to know that. It takes a team. And that team includes people who you can trust. You know, there's these moments where we're being triggered. And I'm going to ask you that when we're getting triggered by something, check in with it. Why are you triggering me? Because I can tell you a lot of times that person was another person in a past life that might have been the one who was poisoning you if they're irritating you bad enough. Or it could be someone who you triggered them and they're getting back at you in this lifetime. So Veronica, thank you for speaking up here. So Veronica says, I was triggered today. Although I didn't react to it, I kept thinking about what you always say. What is this here to teach me? Thank you, Veronica. Yes, that is my mantra. What is this here to teach me? I have used that for years. What is this here to teach me? Oh, I remember a time when I was at school and I had a wonderful teacher supervisor and me and another para educator. Well, the universe, school district, decided to give us someone else, another teacher supervisor. And this woman, lovely being, had some personal journey to go through and it was not in alignment with us. No, not at all. She struggled. She struggled being with us. She struggled being with. She truly struggled just being with. And as soon as we walked in, I got a sense of her energy and I said, "Okay, what is this here to teach me? What is this here to teach me? What is this here to teach me?" Other other parent, the other teacher supervisor heard me starting to say that. What is this here to teach me? She's doing this. What is this here to teach me? Boundaries. It's about boundaries. And what came out of it was business or respectful boundaries. So with that like my teacher supervisor, this woman would start talking in the middle of someone typing, and it would be her own personal story. She would not even recognize that this person was busy or deep in thought. And so my teacher supervisor got professional, that's the word I was looking for, professional boundaries. She'd put on earphones like she's listening to something. She would be typing so that when this other person would come in, political, she'd start talking and she'd go, and she'd keep typing. Professional boundaries, because she knew that she could not say what she was thinking because she had to work with this person day after day after day. She had to be respectful because she knew that she had other people watching her. She had kids sometimes in the room. She had the principals who were interacting with this story too. So professional boundaries. So she would create professional boundaries. I also got, this is my personal story with this scenario, was professional boundaries also. How do I do my intuitive gift without telling somebody that I'm intuitive? Discernment. It started that path of discernment for me. Do I always need to say that I'm intuitive? No. But there was times when the universe would speak through me and I would let them. And it had nothing to do with intuitiveness according to her. It was just conversation. So I learned how to be me without having to dump myself on everybody. Professional boundaries. And then the other para, she ended up with uh, that moment too. So with that as we go through life, past lives are here to teach us something. They're huge right now. We're getting triggered by other people's scenarios that have happened in our life. Thank you. Oh, Victoria Griffin. Thank you, Victoria. I'm grateful. Thank you for sharing your light and advice. Dancing with the I am is wonderful and empowering. It is. It is. It is. We just spent some time together. I'm so grateful that as we're going through life and managing these scenarios, that there's always going to be somebody, because I have this understanding of souls. Okay, souls. We have souls that we spend time with. Now, if you think of a rings of a tree, we have souls that stick pretty close to us, right? My dad and I, we're pretty um, completed each other's sentences, kind of together soul wise. My mom and I were on a couple rings out. My uncle and my grandmothers were on a couple rings out. And then now I got coworkers, and I have also other friends, dear friends that are pretty close together, that we've spent soul time together in many other lifetimes. And my husband and I can tell you that in a past life, he was one of those that poisoned me. He was my mom that actually shoved things down my throat. Now, does that mean I had lifetimes where I did something to him? Of course. It's called life. Balance, cause and effect. In and out, up, down. Life happens. That as we're working through things and as we're going through things, managing what life is trying to show us, it's amazing how when things trigger us, oh, check in. Hmm, yeah, that voice is really irritating me now. Is that from maybe my uncle who was I didn't feel comfortable around? Oh, does that twang in that voice remind me of my uncle that was in this lifetime? Oh, wait a minute. Could have been my brother in another lifetime who really teased me and manipulated me. I'm asking for healing on this. Thank you, soul, for going through that process. I'm asking for healing on this. Thank you, soul, for honor you for going through that process of that lifetime. Please heal this moment so that we can move forward. And I can tell you, using that mantra, even if you break that down, which I know a lot of us have struggled with loving our mind, bodies, souls, and emotions. So that's why that part's in there. So if you can say like, as I tune with the energies of now, I surround my body, soul, mind, and emotions with love. You can stop there if you want. Now, you can also break this up. I am dancing with the spirit of my I am. I am dancing with the spirit of my I am. Ooh, that one's pretty powerful, isn't it? I am. I am. I'm claiming the I am is dancing. Do you know what dancing is? Dancing is woohoo, the fun, the movement, the shifting, the changing, the navigation of life. Dancing is moving. It's moving forward. I'd rather dance with nice music than the rotten music. But yet at the same time, though, dancing is dancing. So dancing is movement. So dancing with the spirit, the energy, the gloriousness now of the I am. The one thing when you surround your body, soul, mind, and emotions with love is if you put that bubble of love around you, like you're putting on your clothes, put on that bubble of love around you because of the fact that when you're dancing with the spirit, the only thing that can get through love is nice things. Because by the time an icky thing that's in the spirit, let's say somebody else's anxiety or someone else's damaged self, or like right now, there's a lot of fear and worry or anger. Anger is huge right now. So as there's those things are floating around in spirit, as much as love, grace, energy, movement, the magic is in that spirit moving around, that as we dance with the spirit of my I am, that I have become empowered, moving through, shifting who we are, dancing with the spirit of my I am. Now, I can tell you that when I went through something kind of not so fun, like yesterday, Technology is one of my huge triggers. I've struggled with it for a very long time, and I'm done with that. I am done with being the struggle of technology. Now, does that mean that technology always works for me? No, but I'm tired of going down the rabbit hole every time that technology doesn't work with me. So with that, I'm asking for healing on that to move through so that I can dance with the spirit of my I am. Because I can tell you that moving forward, even though things hurt me, damage me, want to take me down the rabbit hole, and say, I'm asking for healing on this. And what is this here to teach me? What am I moving forward? What is this here to teach me? And I'm moving forward. Thank you. Ouch, that freaking hurt. And I'm moving forward. What is this here to teach me? Life is happening around us and for us. I'm going to use the word for us to show us that we are stronger. We have the tools. Do you know many of us are so old souled that if we look at what our souls know and trust what our souls know, can you imagine what we would know how to do in this lifetime? Welcome to life. It's that trust, trusting that there's a part of us that knows what to do. Wisdom is here. Wisdom is here. It's believing in it. It's believing in it. Perception. I used that word earlier today. Perception. Perception is huge. We can be perceived to have an ugly, oh, that hurt. Like yesterday, me trying not to go down the rabbit hole, that could have been one of my worst days. But, speaking to my friend this morning, who was one of the friends that helped me through yesterday, she said, look what you learned about yourself yesterday. And I went, yes. I learned that I didn't go down the rabbit hole like I normally do. I learned that I actually have a perception of mind over matter, which still kind of felt like a wrung out wash rag at the end of the day. But yet at the same time, it was more about gratitude than it was about being damaged. Life is happening and it's going to happen. How can we manage it? How can we have the perception of it? I can tell you that right now, there's a lot of people working through their fear and anxiety. So I would check in to see, is this my anxiety or is this somebody else's? Because I know a lot of us, like up here in the Northwest, we had the falling stars, the meteor shower. Thank you. They gave me the word meteor shower. And I had a very restless sleeps because of the energy happening during that time. And so I pick up on that energy. Now, do I deem that oh man, my physical body really had a hard time sleeping? I'm going to have a bad day? No. No. Oh, I had an interesting night trying to sleep, and I was all over the place. Luckily, it was during a little bit of the heat, and my husband wasn't sleeping in the same bed. And I said that to him. I'm glad that you weren't sleeping in the same bed because I don't think you would have slept very much because I was tossing and turning. Going through the experience, having a perception of, I got a rotten sleep. I'm going to be tired all day. I don't know how I can manage, or oh, yeah, I feel like that I ran a marathon. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do what I can do. And when I kind of get to that spot where I need to sit down, I'm going to sit down. Perception is huge. Navigating through that. Believing in who we are. Because I can tell you, if we believe that there's magic in the air, magic is in the air. Trusting who you are, where you're going. Okay, I'm going to use this as a moving into. At this time of the show, I usually pull some cards. So, does anybody have an angel deck, fairy deck, or animal deck, or the oracle deck? Dog was over here. Anybody want to have any wishes with what deck I pulled today? I'm going to wait a second. Angel deck. Thank you, Bev. Angel deck. Yes, Bev, my love goes to you. Oh, Oracle, I can do both. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. A little bit from one, and Bev, I hope you got my message. My love goes to you, and I'm here with you. You got someone standing with you through your fear. As always, one of each. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, so what I'm asking for is this: what can you tell us to help us through our future? What can you do? What would you like to say to help us through our future? Okay, the angels are starting to get to the point where they want me to pull it. Ah, right there. Okay. Huh. So Lila says, spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires, intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain positive perspective. Ooh, what was I saying? So Lila, so spend time alone in nature, meditating about your dreams and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So that's Lilith. So they want me to pick two more cards out of the angel deck. So I'm getting the sense of this one. Serena, I'm the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how how it will happen. Have faith. Have faith. Oh, isn't that the moment? Have faith. That's one thing. When I was at the end of my rope, starting to feel myself go down the rabbit hole, I surrendered. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. Please help. I surrender. I surrender. Kathy, thank you. So Serena saying that there is abundance coming our way. There is. And then I am getting this card right here. Archangel Raphael. Raphael. Okay, so to give definition of angels, Archangel Michael is the one that has the cowboy boots and the fiery sword, says, let's get moving. Raphael is his brother, who is the angel of Reiki, is the angel of healing, he spends a lot of time in hospitals. So Raphael, I'm helping to heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me. Many of you, all of you that I see here that have tapped in, thank you very much, are healers of some sort. You bring sunshine. Even if you bring a smile to someone's face, you're a healer. So Raphael is asking for you to trust the healing. Bev, asking you to trust the healing. Okay, so that's the angel. So the oracle card now. Okay. Thank you guys for chiming in. I love that you guys chime in because I love conversations. I really love conversations. Okay, so this I'm asking the same thing. What can you tell us for our greater for our greater good? Dragon. Oh, I love dragon. Oh, dragon, dragon. Okay, to clarify, dragon. I'm part of dragon. Our ley lines are waking up, and dragon is in charge of that. So with that, the dragons are helping our ley lines. The ley lines are the magical lines that are grids, the horizon, the lines that kind of go across, and they talk about that in some of the shows about how a lot of our pyramids are on the same ley line. So dragon is power and strength. So remember that as you go through life and as you navigate through life, you have your self-empowerment. Your soul knows what to do, and the dragon wants to add some fire into you. Now, it's 24, so 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 is about home. Home. Take care of home. So what can you in yourself trust about your self-empowerment? Because I can tell you, when you ask Dragon for support and strength to get through your day, they'll support you. Excuse me. So let's see, what's another one? Top one, okay. Trust. Trust in the process. Trust in the process. That many times when we say, I give, I surrender, I trust, I cannot do it anymore. I trust, I surrender. When we go there, the path gets clearer. So 4 plus 7 is 11. So what is 11? 11 is that magical number of the universe hears you, and it's a direct line to, hey, can I have a little help here? So trust the moment, trust that empowerment that you have. Okay, I'm hearing 3. So where's the last card that you wished for me to pick here? And it looks like this one here. Ah, the wasp. Ooh, the wasp. The wasp. So the wasp is about anger, rationalization, and jealousy. Many of us are wishing we would have what other people have, not our story, not our journey. Believe what you can have. Believe what you can have. Because you can have your self-empowerment of dragon and trusting the process, because you have Raphael helping you heal. You have the angel of abundance coming to you. And you have the ability to spend that time to listen. So when we're tapping into the anger that's around us, check in. A lot of times it's not ours, or that anger is coming from past life, like I was saying. So check in to see where anger is coming from. Have I dealt with that person being mean to me? Maybe not in the way I could by sending love to it, right? So trusting, check in to see where your anger is, because it's floating around. Okay, so the fairies, since we're working on time here, I'm going to ask you to show us what you want to have to be said for our future. How can you help us? How can you help us? Top card here. Emotional healing. Emotional healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive the blessings of and love. So as we hold on to the anger, the blessings have a hard time to heal. So when we surrender to the emotional healing, that we have, the pain is relieved. Look at her. Where is she holding it? Her heart. Her heart holds a lot of emotion. Hearing 2 cards here. Is it that one? One below it. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. One below it. Spiritual teacher. So I'm going to tell you, life is our spiritual teacher. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. Dancing with the spirit of my I am. Spiritual teacher. Dancing with the spirit of my I am. You become being in the moment, which is a great teacher, because people go, how did you do that? How did you do that? Well, I just was being. Oh, if that meant I was a little emotional at that time, yeah. That means that I'm struggling, yeah. At the same time, though, we're having our healing being done with us and for us. Okay, now for the animals. The wonderful animals. Oh, how many of you have had birds and wasps, or a lot of those old stories? Because remember, wasp is about anger. So how many of you have had animals trying to tell you something and you ignored it? Dogs, cats, birds, deer, spider. A lot of us have had spider. Spiders about making a new web. What new web do you want to weave? Jumping spiders. Jumping spiders about getting ready to jump into a new life, a new knowing, a new moment, a new movement. Trusting that. It's almost that rebirth process, birth to rebirth process. What would you, oh, you're waking up, aren't you? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Top card, okay. Black Panther. Black panther. So panthers. Panthers are cats. They're independent. They know how they do. So now what does the black panther do? What is it signifying? He's sitting there. He's in the brush. Panthers, cougars, you can't see them a lot of times. They sneak up on you. They're quiet, very quiet, and they're very maneuverable. They're camouflage. They're camouflage, so it's hard to see them. So trust that as Black Panther comes into your life, check and see how you need to camouflage yourself so you don't show your true self. I am to be the I am that I am. Yet at the same time, though, do we need to scream and yell it like I did, like I wasn't supposed to do with that coworker that was teaching me about professional boundaries? Black Panther, moving forward, doing what we're doing. So let me see about Black Panther. 52, 52, 52, 52, 52, Black Panther. Let me see if I can read today. 51, 52. So Black Panther. Black Panther slid silently through the bayou, her golden eyes catching the starlight. Midnight fur soundlessly ripping over her slithy new muscles and bones. Okay, I'm not going to spend all that. Me and my reading. Sorry, guys. Most of the panther tribe have been stalked and killed by the two-leggeds, who had come across the big water, who feared their own dark nature. Those people were in need of her healing medicine. That night, the Black Panther stood at the edge of the swamp bayou, sniffing the air, trying to catch scent of the newcomers, willing to go beyond their fears and trust her medicine. Not one of this night, but she would patiently wait for one courageous explorer of the healing potential found in the dark and the unknown. Black Panther has appeared today. It may be telling you not to worry about the future. Trust that you are not supposed to mentally figure it out at this time. You may need to confront fears of the unknown, of being less than you truly are, or are unable to simply be. Let go of fears that appear as obstacles and barriers. Embrace the unknown and flow with the mystery that is unfolding in your life. The next step may be leading empty-handed into the void of the implied trust. Sorry if that word's wrong. In the stillness of the void, find the will to avoid foolish interruptions, going deeper into your own safe discovery and healing purpose. Here you're willing to discover the Black Panther's unexpected blessings. So in other words, a lot of us are going through, thank you for putting up with my dyslexic reading there. A lot of us are going through the unknown. We're going into the fall. What am I going to do with my work? What am I going to do with getting a shot or not getting a shot? A lot of us don't want to have the shot, can't have the shot, and yet we're having to figure out if we're going to go to work. So with that, trusting the medicine of the Black Panther, the healing power of the fairies, to become the spiritual one that we are, because the anger that we have is no longer ours. Because if we spend time in meditation and the angel of abundance is there to help us, because Raphael is here to heal us. So trust the process that we're going down the path, because we always have the strength of dragon. And on the end of that note, oh, wait a minute. The wasp, the hummingbird. Oh, so Kathy, the wasp on the hummingbird feeder. Spray bottle, bye-bye, wasp. Yeah, exactly. Nope, we don't need to have the anger at the nectar of of energies. So with that, I want you to know I am here for you. I have time for sessions. I have the wisdom to help you through much in our lives. If you're looking for going into your past lives, I can help you. And as we're going through this knowing of where we're at, please know that I am here to do inspirational quotes on Facebook. I need to load a bunch of my short videos on YouTube. And as we're going through life, managing life, please reach out. If it's not with me, it's for someone else. And remember, I'm here Mondays and Wednesdays on this station, Facebook, Angelic Classification, or on YouTube, Natasha Venter. Blessings to you, and know that please, everybody right now has angel support. I have seen so many loved ones around them working through, loving them through things. And as we go through life, it's going to be full of mysteries and unknowns, but trust, because 4 plus 7 equals 11, the magical number 1111. Believe you are able to make it. There's a reason for everything. What is this here to teach me? As I dance with the spirit of my I am. Have a great week and blessings to you in your journey of life. You're not alone.